Hey, this is Kevin with Uncommon Inc. Danielle gave me a few moments she allowed me to do this review of her website. It's a WordPress website. And basically I wanted to capture the before and after of with what we're doing with her website. So I'm just going to dive right on into it. I don't want this video to be too long. And if it sounds like I'm whispering, it's because I am. It's about 3, 4 o'clock in the morning. And my wife is sleeping, so I do appreciate you for not necessarily tripping that I'm, talking a little bit low right now. But nevertheless, just diving right on into it. So for the most part, we're just making basically a very few updates to the site. We're not doing much. We're literally just making a few updates to the website, just so that it's, quite frankly, updated. Um, just jumping right on into this, the slideshows, cutting off photos, right? Something as simple as this could make your website that much more visually appealing. We're thinking about going ahead and making this slideshow full width so that it shows all the way from edge to edge. This email newsletter sign up, whoever assisted Danielle with getting um, the this website set up, we actually don't even know if this where this is going. And then two, it's not even a very, very strong call to action to get the email subscribers. So ultimately, we're actually considering removing this, at least for the time being. With that being said, this Instagram feed, real big pet peeve of mine. Um, Whenever you click on an image on the Instagram feed, utilizing the plugin that's there now, it sends you to Instagram. The biggest issue with that is that I cannot book an appointment with you on Instagram. No way, shape, or form can I book an appointment with you on Instagram, let alone the physical page that we're on right now. We have a plugin that we're going to utilize to place here on the page that you're looking at now. That will allow us to put an Instagram feed on your page, or on the page, and it'll do a pop up here and actually show the photo, show the caption, comments, and everything on your site, which will keep them on your site so that once they finish looking at your Instagram feed, they can immediately move into things such as your about page, your gallery, and all of your booking pages. Or all of the booking pages. On the about page, you'll notice we're going to add a photo, and move this text over. Once again, get rid of this. Possibly continue to include the Instagram feed at the bottom of the site. Let's see, the gallery. Long story short, you see how when I first come to the gallery page, I can't even see the makeup on the first photo. All we see is hair. The idea is just that we're gonna grid-based system this thing out. So the idea is just that whoever the company that helped put this website together, they didn't necessarily empower or provide the proper training material that could have been provided to show a stronger gallery. So we're going to grid base out this gallery system so that you can see more photos at one time and make it easier to add future photos to this gallery as well. And then the last thing, so all four of these pages are booking pages outside of the policies and cancellation service agreement, right? So we've got these four here. The idea is just that when you click on that picture, if you look, it takes you to the booking page. The idea for us is that this page can 100% be embedded on the website. So what we're going to do is actually do that. And why are we doing that? Glad you asked. The reason why we're doing it is because I want to make sure that the logo is always shown. If you notice, when you go to the booking page, it just has the name. Now I'm sure you can put the logo on here, but it just wouldn't have the same look and feel as the website. So to give a better user experience, we're going to embed these pages directly on the website. Let's see, outside of that, let's say, did not mean to click on that. Policies and cancellations, real good page. Once again, we don't know if this is working. Could call to action, like kind of like policies and cancellations, and then still allowing for a scheduling appointment. That's a good, a good call to action. But ultimately, here, this is more or less of, because the navigation is here, schedule appointment, and we're specific here. This here, that's even cool too. Pop up. Which this would be the exact thing that we would do for what am I trying to say? For the Instagram. Because see here, I click that button. I do not leave the website. I'm here on the site, able to book my appointment without ever leaving. So if I decided to do anything else while I'm here, I can. But with that being said, this is more of like your fine print pages. So while this is cool, I'm kind of on the edge of removing this information and just making this, the fine print page, uh, to where this is all that's available here. That way, when people come to this page, you know that they're not distracted by subscribing or booking an appointment. We want you to know that our wedding application is $200. There is a $200 deposit. Like, we want you to not be swayed in any way, shape, or form on this page, because this is information, specifically the cancellations part. Um, Service agreement, which is a downloadable form there, which is awesome. Have that filled out and prepared to turn in when, what am I trying to say? When they come get their services, right? So with that being said, now this is the other thing, a few other things that we're doing. It's very, very important that you have an SSL certificate on your site. That is basically the security on a website to be able to send information encrypted over the internet. Real simple definition, but it's a little bit deeper than that. But I'm specifically stating that it is very, very important, really for everyone, to have an SSL certificate. One, because it boosts your SEO. So basically, if you notice this website here, there's no SSL certificate. That means that everyone who has an SSL certificate, they're already beaten. They're already ahead of the game with search engine optimization, just simply because they have an SSL certificate associated with their site. We are moving the site over to our servers. Our servers provide our hosting, rather, I should say. We're moving the site from GoDaddy's hosting to our hosting platform. And our hosting platform provides a SSL certificate for free, where you don't have to pay for hosting and then get an SSL certificate later. So the idea is just that this is very, very key in what we're doing. The other reason on why you would want to get an SSL certificate is because basically, if you notice here right now, it just has this view site information. You should not enter any sensitive information on this site, for example, passwords, credit cards, because it could be stolen by attackers. Well, clearly, I don't want to sign up for your email newsletter if that's the case, but I would be one to say that not too many people know you can even click on that icon. So you're kind of in the clear, right? But watch this. The moment I started typing down here in the bottom right hand corner, notice that this thing now says not secure. Now, in this particular instance, it's fine, right? I mean, we're talking about removing it and things of that nature. But ultimately, I mean, as the business grows, I would assume that we are going to eventually end up capturing emails and things of that nature. But the idea is just that Google is basically now snitching. I mean, for the most part, which is rightfully so, right? Like, we've got security issues, things not being secure with the website, the internet, and all that stuff. So basically, this is Google's attempt in letting everyone know, like, yo, this website is not secure. So do not give them your email. Like, don't type in anything for that matter. So basically, you can see that being displayed there. Let me see. I'm gonna see if I can search, even on the search. So anytime you have to physically type something on a page, Google's like, hold on, before you do anything, let us let you know that this website's not secure. So we're actually going to include an SSL certificate on this website, to where once somebody decides to type in some information, um, this will not happen. It'll actually say secured, which is a good thing. So with that being said, we're gonna do that. And just to kind of piggyback off of that statement, if you got email opt-ins, pop-ups, like literally anything where a user has to type in anything on your website, I highly encourage you to get an SSL certificate on your website. Like I said, we provide them for free with our hosting, but even beyond that, you can get one from wherever your website is hosted already. Um, and in 2018, I mean, getting an SSL certificate is going to be easier than ever, just simply because we're seeing that it used to just need you used to just need it because you're doing e-commerce transactions, but now it's like you just have to have it. Like the internet is going more towards a safer way of getting things done. So that's my 2 cents there. But really, outside of that, we're minor adjustments. We haven't necessarily talked about doing anything major, just a few minor adjustments, just for aesthetically to make the website look better. Optimizing a few things as far as your booking pages by embedding in those forms, adding the SSL certificate. And then we're also going to be doing some things on the back end of the website. So basically, just so that you'll know, like when you log into the back end of a WordPress website, um, it's I mean, this is what you see, right? You'll see, and I hope this is fine. You'll see at a glance 10 posts, and I'm like, I'm sure we don't have no blog posts. Like all this sample data. What we do is we go in here and we remove all of this stuff, and we actually put important information, things like Google Analytics that we will be adding on the back end. Um, we'll be adding in links to like WordPress training videos for your specific website and things of that nature. And then also we'll be adding in much security, optimizing your site and all that kind of cool stuff. So there's a lot that we do, and I'm very appreciative that the client is allowing us to kind of document this, because this is what you see now. Um, and then we're going to be able to go in here and fully revamp this back end so that you can actually see the traffic. Because the main thing with Google Analytics, the idea is just that if you have a website and you don't have any analytical data to go off of, you'll never know the effectiveness of any marketing or anything that you're doing. Meaning that if you run an ad, of course, like on Facebook will tell you how many people have seen it, how many people have clicked on it, but you don't know if those people have actually even made it to your website. Um, is you may have mistyped the URL or something. So you're getting clicks on an ad, but Google Analytics is going to let you know how many people actually made it to your site and actually, where they went, how much time they spent on the site and things of that nature. So the idea is just that and that's just with Google Analytics. Google Analytics should be able to integrate really with any platform in 2017. But the idea is just that you look at your Google Analytics, and if you don't have it, get it. And as you can see, it's not implemented here. So the idea is just that once you know how much traffic you're getting to your site, now you can know where you want to spend your money with growing your business and things of that nature. And two, if people are even coming to the website, because I mean, the worst thing that I would want anybody to ever have to go through is push so much content out. On all these other platforms such as social media, and then no one's coming to the website to actually purchase or book a service. So the idea is just that you've got, like, I mean, I think you got over 1,000 followers. Yeah, you got over 1,500 followers. So I would assume that your followers are also booking you. Just assuming, and as of right now, it's real based off of services. So I don't need no services. I wouldn't necessarily come to the site. But even further from that, when you start the blogging, because I believe that'll be something that you'll do in the future, collecting emails and things of that nature, you'll want to be able to track the traffic that's coming to your website to see the effectiveness of what you're providing. So with all that stuff being said, this is just the initial video. I know I've probably spent more time than needed on just this first half, but you're probably going to see like a real smooth transition that'll end up taking you to basically the revised version of this website. And then we'll basically be describing what what all we've done, all the extra bits that we've added into the website to optimize it and things of that nature. So appreciate you for hanging out with me this long, and I hope you're able to stay with us even longer through the second half of this video. Okay, so we officially have completed the update of the website, and if you're seeing these white specs, WordPress is probably one of the cooler platforms to get your website built on, because up until January 4th, certain themes are allowing people to add snowflakes to the website. So we did this for this particular website here. Now, with all this being said, I'm just going to jump right on into it. Immediately, you can see that the slideshow now shows more of the pictures, right? The pictures don't seem to be cut off and things of that nature. You can see as of now, we've added a contact page, which wasn't there before. We have enhanced, that's the term that we like to use, so we technically didn't revamp. This would not be considered a revamp project. We literally would consider this to be a revamp. So if you recall on the other video, and if you don't, just rewind a little bit. But this was just static images with text on top. Now we have a pretty cool little animation that you can hover over where it says about, learn more. I offer one-on-one makeup lessons, and then gallery, view some of my latest work. So basically, we enhance this. You know, it still operates the same exact way, still links to the same exact pages. It's just that we've enhanced it by adding a little bit of text, you know, here. The thing that kind of steals the show for me is the newly updated Instagram feed. Per the first half of this video, you heard me talk about including an Instagram feed where they never have to leave the website. So that you can kind of see how this works. And the update is amazing. Like literally, this is the first website that is taking advantage of the update. So before, it used to do a pop-up, and then there would just be a next, like an arrow that would point here, and then you would click. Well, we know that Instagram doesn't operate with a sliding thing. Basically, you scroll down. And as you can see as of now, if you recall, there's only 8 pictures being shown, right? So when you look at a picture, as you scroll, just like you would on Instagram, as you continue to scroll, and then once you get to a point to where more images load, if you look in the background, more images popped up. You see that it's playing the audio, so you can do the videos, the photos that have multiple photos in it. You have this same exact feature here. Literally, you have Instagram on your website, and the idea is just that when you want to exit, you exit, and you're still here. And then the cool thing is that all the photos that loaded as we were scrolling down actually load on the page. And if you want to load more, just click the load button, and it loads 8 at a time. You know, and then you just scroll back up. It is mobile responsive. Let's see if I can achieve that. So this is typically what your website will collapse to. And then basically, you know, you've got a Instagram feed on your site, and it still works, right? And then you can sell which items or videos. Like literally, this is a very, very nice plugin to include on your website. But with that being said, you know, we've achieved the goal of keeping people on the website with the Instagram feed. We've added the cool little animations here. But now we're going to go to the About page. So if you recall, the About page just had this paragraph. We decided to include a picture to the right, which kind of balances this out. The gallery is what's called a masonry gallery now. So instead of having just one picture stacked on top of another, we kind of cleaned it up with having this masonry gallery, which allows the client to log in and upload photos and not just have to worry about making sure they're the perfect size, because basically everything stacks evenly on top of each other. And then one of the other things was that now we have the schedulicity pages embedded on the site. So now these are dedicated pages on the website that can be indexed by Google and be found online.
versus it just being on scheduleless acuity scheduling. So all of them are listed here, which causes for a better experience where you can get the logo, still can look at the gallery, the about page, the home, and all that kind of cool stuff, and the Instagram at the bottom. Um, then we've got the book page, which is still the same. We have the, if you recall, on the computer's acting a little up. If you recall, on the initial website, this was actually blocked off, policies and cancellations. This was cut off. We actually extended this out a little bit. Um, just a static page, with the cancellation policy. And of course, we still included the service agreement, which is still a downloadable link. And then the page that we included was the contact page with the phone number, email, social media links, and then a contact form. Um, Now, once again, this was a very, very simple project. The goal was just merely to get the client, really just to make these little small enhancements. Literally, we just want to show more of the photo. Um, we want to, enhance the way this was being shown. But ideally, this is the same exact website. All we did was make a few enhancements. Now, where the good thing is that I'm about to take you on the back end of the site here. Because if you recall, we also gave you a tour of the back end of the website. Um, so I'm going to immediately show you what we've done. So here, customized login screen. We got rid of the WordPress logo and put the client's logo. We have an image in the background. And then this is added security here. Long story short, there's no form. So whenever a hacker tries to log into a site, they typically type in the typical login, the default login page to attempt to log into a website. Because there's no login forms here and it requires a click to get to the login form or to get the login field set up, this blocks people from attempting to log into your website. Um, and then, of course, we have the CAPTCHA on here, which this, once again, not only blocks out malicious login attempts, but also keeps people from spamming, sending spam comments to your website. And you can get spam comments with the WordPress website, whether you have a blog active or not. Um, let's see, just logging into the back end. So if you recall another video, once again, if you're not familiar, just please rewind. Um, there was a lot of different panels here on this page, a lot. A lot of them had nothing to do with the website, really at all. There was no, we're not blogging on this site, so it had temporary blog posts and all that kind of cool stuff. Like, it had a whole bunch of stuff back here. Now, we literally have everything broken down. This is why everyone should get a website built with Chicks Inc. and Uncommon Inc. Simply because we go over and beyond. We don't just create you a website. We provide you with all the information you need to continue to grow your site. So, just kind of breaking down everything. This is Google Analytics installed, active on the back end of the site. So Donyale's going to know exactly who's coming to the site. She's going to know where they're clicking on, what they're doing, all in the back end of her website. She doesn't have to go to Google Analytics to find that information out. She can get some simple information simply by clicking here. We have some information that's being provided through the Jetpack plugin. Not going to dive deep into it, but long story short, she's got a second set of analytics. For the most part, I always recommend going with Google. I feel like they're a little bit more accurate. But over time, if you like to look at a bar chart versus the line graph, then of course we have this available as well. Sitemaps. Sitemap is basically something that search engines read in your website to figure out what pages need to rank, how pages need to rank on your site. And basically, we have that set up. And then along with that, here comes all the cool stuff, right? So the client has a welcome video. This video literally goes over not only her site on the front end, but also describes how to update her site for each individual page we have. Once again, this literally costs no extra money. We're real big on WordPress is an easy platform, but it's only easy once you understand how to utilize the platform. And basically, I think the video is about 30 minutes long, but the first 15 minutes is really just the welcome video. The remaining 15 minutes she'll be able to watch the client will be able to watch the video and understand how to add more photos to the gallery, how to change text, which is real easy. There's also a personal trainings video section where basically all videos that we will have ever created for the client will be here archived, and she'll always have access to these videos. We have them stored in our unlimited Google Drive account, which only she'll have access to. We also have WordPress training videos. We feel like everyone should have access to the just general WordPress training videos on how WordPress just works. Not necessarily website specific, but this is how cool WordPress is, and we just feel like you should know how this works. So the idea is just that whenever WordPress updates and has new features, all of the websites that we have hosted have access to these videos, and they also will know how to have those updated videos as well, because we always keep those updated. And then we have the Beaver Builder Get Started video. So basically, a lot of people are like, oh, I like to use Wix, Squarespace, Weebly, all these other kind of platforms that have these drag and drop website builders. WordPress is no different. We have a license, so all websites that are hosted with us have the right to use the Beaver Builder plugin. And if you have about 2 seconds of time, ideally, this whole website is being built basically with just modules. So like all of these modules that you're seeing here, literally it's drag and drop. And I'll do like a brief I'll do like a brief overview of what we've done on this end. But that's a get started video on that. And then of course here we've just got text documentation supporting the plugin as well. Outside of that, we have an SEO plugin that we use called Smart Crawl. They recently just went up on an update. So basically with the Smart Crawl what am I trying to say? Plugin, we're able to fully, analyze a website's SEO, make recommendations and things of that nature. Hummingbird is once again another premium plugin that allows us to optimize your website. So basically, here we can see that there can potentially be some improvements in 2 areas. As far as page speed, making sure that you have gzip compression. Let's look at some jargon stuff up here. Let's see here. And I'm actually doing this like right now in this video. Which I already knew that had to be fixed. Just needed it to read it. But basically, we optimize the hosting as well. So we're talking about the website, but the hosting is also optimized as well. And then we've got more security. So we've got a plugin that's called Defender. So basically, let's say you have any malicious code. Let's say somebody does bypass and start doing some bad stuff with your website. We always have security on standby, monitoring your website's files. And if anything does become corrupted or altered from what it's at, that needs to be at, we'll get notifications here, and as you can see, the code is clean. You have action all available security tweaks. So basically, we make sure everything is up and running. These plugins, just those 3 plugins alone, are a part of a bigger suite that costs about like $500 a year, which every website that is hosted with us gets for free. And then here goes the awesome Instagram plugin. I mean, the best plugin ever. Long story short, I mean, I can't brag about it because they just did this update, and it's just amazing. And once again, we have a relationship with the developer that allows us to put a free trial on everybody's account. But ultimately, the plugin only costs like $21. Whenever you're ready to purchase a license for it to get future updates and things of that nature. But overall, this is the back end of the site. You've seen the front end. If you're skeptical about getting a WordPress website, I can 100% tell you that they're very easy to update, manage, maintain once you have the resources. And just for giggles, page builder. I'm actually going to show you how easy it is. I mean, literally, if you notice, this is no different than what I would assume Wix is like. You can click on a photo, and literally, you would just replace this photo or add a photo. You want to edit the text, you literally can edit the text here. And as you edit the text here, for instance, you can remove that paragraph and it's removed here. You can put it back and it's back. And all of this is happening while you're making your edits. We have more than enough modules for you to work with. Slideshows, animated headings, spacers, hover cards, highlight box. Like literally, this is a lot that you can use to build your website. No code needed whatsoever, and all of this stuff is included whenever you're hosting a website with Uncommon Ink. So it's real simple, real easy. And if in nothing else, we're always providing training material for that. There's also some other things that are included in this website, but I'm not going to bore you too much with more of the technical stuff, such as the caching plugin that we use and things of that nature. But overall, this is the updated website, and we are anticipating these minor tweaks to go a long way in this business's growth. So thank you for your time. I appreciate you getting this far in the video. And if you don't hear from me before then, Happy New Year.